This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Good morning, sir. Good morning,
Morning.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Please sit down. So, Mannat Luthra.
Yes.
Please tell something about yourself.
Sir, I was born in Chandigarh and currently I'm residing in Panchkula, which is in Haryana. My father is a businessman and my mother is a homemaker. I completed my schooling from Bhavan Vidyalaya, Chandigarh and secured All India Rank 1 in Class 12 CBSE board examinations. Then I went on to pursue my graduation in economics from Shri College of Commerce, and since then I've been preparing for the examination.
That's great. So, you did in 2020. So, it has been about 2 years you have been preparing for this.
Yes, sir.
Now, any hobbies?
In my leisure time, I prefer cycling or practicing mandala art.
Which paper do you read?
So the Indian Express.
Yeah. So, have you read today's paper?
So I haven't read today's paper.
Yesterday's?
Yes, sir, I did read that.
Can you tell some important news of yesterday?
So there was one news with respect to the Parliament, the ongoing budget session. Another news was with respect to the Russia-Ukraine crisis and how India is planning to import different items from Russia. Another news was with respect to Haryana on the front page, and another was with respect to Chandigarh, with respect to its discontinuation of electric vehicle registration from now onwards.
The Haryana news was it related to 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐛𝐞?
So it was related to the charges against the sports minister, Mr. Sandeep Singh, with respect to Harry.
Did you see that news? There was a girl, minor girl, who was working in some house in.
Yes, sir. I did read that.
Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
What struck to your mind first? What was the first thought that came to your mind? Being a student of economics, what exactly came to your mind?
It was a very brutal act, and our laws should ensure that there are sufficient safeguards in place for domestic workers.
That's one. That is the only thing that appeared to you, that came to your mind?
So second was the insensitivity displayed by the couple, and it was a very inhuman act on their part. And so third was that the agency through which the girl was hired, that agency should be held to account, and we should ensure that there's a formal mechanism for their registration to ensure that such incidents do not repeat in future.
Anything else?
So I believe that was all.
Did disparity struck your mind? The people for menial jobs, they're coming from Jharkhand to this place. Yes. Do you think unemployment disparity didn't come to your mind?
Yes, sir. I did know about her background, but I do feel that yes,
if you're doing domestic work, must be poor. Migration, she migrated. Migration issue as economics, economics student.
Yes, migrant should have rights.
Then job issue. Then child labor working.
Yes, sir. Child labor was another issue. Yes, sir. We need to have sufficient laws in place, and we should also ensure
there
proper
is a report
enforcement.
on disparity. Very well-known report on disparity. Can you recall which report?
Sir, the Oxfam report on inequality. Yes.
What does it say?
Sir, it says that the top 30% of India hold around 90% of the country's wealth, and the number of billionaires in India has increased from 102 in 2020 to 166.
So a country which claims to be the 5th largest or 4th largest economy in the world, where this kind of situation disparity exists, to the extent that 80 crore people have to be given free food. Where we have gone wrong as an economist, what things have gone wrong? Do you think liberalization was wrong or something else was wrong?
Sir, I feel that after independence, the policymakers relied on a trickle-down approach towards alleviating poverty, and the approach didn't work quite well for India because of leakages and corruption as well as red tapeism. And from there onwards, the economy was late in liberalizing, and even the economic reforms of 1991 didn't do much for the agriculture sector, where the majority of the poor in India are situated.
So 1991 basically fortified capitalism more than earlier one. So capitalism trickle down, does it really work?
So
In any country has it worked?
So it has worked quite well for the United States of America, but not so for India, given the historical background and the colonial legacy that we have.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mannat. Mannat means?
Yes. Sir, it means a wish or a prayer to God.
किसकी प्रेयर हो? किसने प्रे किया था तुम्हारे लिए? किसने ये नाम रखा था?
So from what I've heard from my parents, it was my grandfather who wanted a girl child in the family.
अच्छा, wanted girl child in the family. Oh, wonderful.
So it was his wish, and when I was born, he wanted to name me Mannat.
तो अभी तुम्हारे फैमिली की क्या विश है तुम्हारे बारे में? When you are appearing for interviews, and I think this is third time.
So second.
Second time. हाँ, क्या विश है?
So most certainly that I get into the service of my choice.
Your choice. What is your choice?
So the Indian Administrative Service.
IAS. ठीक है. Indian bureaucracy पे what are the allegations in general?
So there have been allegations of corruption, of red tapeism, as well as inefficiency in the functioning of the government. And it is believed that it is working in a close nexus with politicians and not working for the welfare on the ground.
Any more? Have you heard of nepotism?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So it refers to giving preferences to one's own relatives or the one in close family relations in government appointments or other aspects.
So तुम अगर गए, do you think you would be above all these so-called challenges or limitations or allegations that is being faced by an Indian bureaucrat?
I believe that even when these allegations are made by the general public, it is a few that is denting the image of the majority, and we cannot say that everyone falls in this category. So I would strive to ensure that I fall in the majority that is working hard for the welfare of the people.
Good. You're from DU, right?
Yes.
SRCC.
Yes.
Such a, I think, good college.
Yes.
Is it number one, still in ranking?
Sir, according to the National Institutional Ranking Framework, it is at the 12th position.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why 12th? From first to 12th. First is Miranda.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, ये रैंकिंग में डिक्लाइन क्यों है?
Because I feel that as compared to the top colleges, it has not performed quite well in the parameters that are there, such as the teaching, learning and resources, the outreach and inclusivity, the global perception.
Anyway, I can see from your biodata you are all India rank 1 in class 12th in commerce and you opted for eco.
Yes, sir.
What is basic difference in the nature of this discipline of commerce and eco?
Economics is a discipline under commerce and it is an essential part of it. Commerce refers to all those activities that facilitate the exchange of goods from the producer to the final consumer, whereas economics deals with the allocation of scarce resources in the face of unlimited wants, which works on the producer side as well as the consumer side.
Which is a better subject to your mind? Personal opinion, nothing official.
So I was more inclined towards economics.
Eco, good.
Yes.
You might have done with Indian preamble.
Yes, sir.
There are 5 words in proper order. I hope you remember it.
Yes, sir.
India is a sovereign,
democratic, socialist, secular republic.
Sequence ठीक करो. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular,
Democratic
republic. Among these 5 words, one word is socialist. How you explain it as a student of economics? Socialist technically means what?
So socialist means that the state shall strive to work for the welfare of the people, and in the field of economics, it won't be about only growth, it would be about inclusive growth, and efficiency would be combined with equity.
Good, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Hello, Mannat.
Hello.
You are from Chandigarh.
Yes.
What is the Chandigarh's rank in Swachh Sarvekshan ranking?
Sir, it is at the 12th position in 2022.
And what was the rank in 21?
Sir, I believe it was around the 60th position.
So why do you think generally the perception is that Chandigarh was considered the cleanest city before the Swachh Bharat campaign came? So why do you think that Chandigarh is falling behind?
So it has to do with the poor waste management that the city fell into. There was a large dumping of waste at a particular site, and there was poor segregation of waste as well. And the tipping structure for the workers was not proper, which also led to the improper management of waste, as well as a deterioration in the surroundings of the site.
So was this condition appeared at a particular stage, or was that prevalent earlier as well? It's only that we didn't measure, or it was not in the news?
So I believe that it has emerged in the recent years, only in around 3 to 4 years back. And the government has also undertaken certain measures, which has also been reflected in the improved rankings this year.
Okay. So Chandigarh is better off as a UT? Or should it be given to Punjab or Haryana?
So I feel that the present arrangement of Chandigarh being the joint capital has worked quite well for the past 5 decades. And giving Chandigarh to either Punjab or Haryana would result in the problems of employment as well as logistical issues. Because
why employment?
Because the current employment in Chandigarh is based on the fixed ratio of 60:40 for Punjab and Haryana.
Okay,
and
you are saying the government jobs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you are a student of economics. Tell me, what is the role of urbanization in economic development? Is it possible, to develop without, undergoing urbanization?
So urbanization plays an important role in the structural transformation of the economy, that is moving people from agriculture towards industries and services, and it can lead the economy towards a high growth path. And urbanization can also help in the creation of climate-friendly infrastructure and dealing with the problems of climate change. And apart from that, it also provides employment opportunities to the migrants.
But majority of, like you just mentioned, environment, I think majority of the problems are created by urbanization only. So how can you say so?
I feel that the environment impact assessment that has a legislative backing as well, it has not been properly implemented in various cities. And a lot of cities in India have developed in a more ad hoc manner as compared to a well-planned manner. So this is one area that I feel that our urban administrators should be working.
Okay, yes. All right. Thank you. That's all from my side. I'll pass on to the next one.
Okay. Mannat, if I say that there never was a good war or a bad peace, what do you make of this statement?
So it would mean that the war has never benefited anyone, and peace is a good end towards we must strive to go to.
So do you agree with this statement? Or do you think there are some exceptions?
So there would be exceptions in terms of when the war has led to good outcomes for a particular country.
For example?
So it would be Sri Lanka, where the civil war resulted in the establishment of democracy.
What about the civil war in America for abolition of slavery?
Yes, sir, it could also serve as a very good example, because it led to the American economy finally entering a high growth path and ultimately becoming the superpower that it is today.
And what about the mythological war of Mahabharata?
Yes, sir. It also resulted
It was
in
a
the
good war?
Sir, the ends that it strived to achieve were well-intentioned, and
Okay. Will you say that the present situation in international context is that of a Cold War?
yes, sir, I would say that.
Substantiate your answer.
Sir, because we see a new geopolitical world order, which is dominated by the West and as well as the USA on one side, and the Russia, China, and the other countries that are supporting Russia on the other side. And the countries have been the situation in Ukraine has been also been supported by the West in terms of the military support that it is getting and the economic sanctions that it is imposed on Russia. And meanwhile, Russia is also trying to gain its heft.
So it's a situation of Cold War. So how is it different from the previous Cold War?
So in the present time, we cannot say that it is purely on ideological basis, and it has different factors. And so the other factor would be that. Sorry, sir, I'm
No problem. And where do you see India in this Cold War? Because now we are a major player. At that time, we were non-aligned, so to say. Where do you see today India in this Cold War?
So India has displayed a very good balancing act, diplomatic balancing in terms of both the blocks, and we've displayed our strategic autonomy on several occasions.
Like?
And we want import of discounted crude oil from Russia, abstaining on resolutions against Russia, and diversifying our defense imports from USA, France, and Israel.
Okay. So did you read the budget?
Yes, sir.
Can you list certain welfare credentials in the budget?
So welfare credentials.
Welfare credentials of the budget. Some welfare measures.
Yes, sir. So for the women, there has been a Mahila Samman savings certificate.
Okay.
For the agriculture sector, there has been a clean plant Atmanirbhar program for development of horticulture sector. The agriculture public digital infrastructure for dissemination of vital information. Sir, another initiative would be PM Vikas. And for the environment, also we have undertaken several measures like Mishti and Amrit Dharohar.
Okay, but we are cutting so many trees in Andaman and Nicobar. Almost 8 lakh trees have been chopped down there. Are you aware?
Yes, sir.
So, how can we say that we are very concerned about environment?
So, I feel that it has been undertaken after consultation with experts. And
who are these experts who are telling you to cut trees in such a good hotspot, biodiversity hotspot? Can you really call them experts if they're telling you to cut trees in Andaman and Nicobar?
So I feel that they've done this through a proper analysis of benefits and costs, and the chopping of trees in Andaman and Nicobar Islands to develop the tourism facilities over there.
Do you support it to promote tourism and undermining the species, biodiversity, etc. over there? Do you support it as an administrator?
Sir, if it has been done with the consultation of experts and they agree with it, I think we should respect their.
Thank you, Mannat. That's all from my side.